Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, what's up? This is Cody from School for the Deaf, and you're listening to Loud Spot with Sebastian.
That's right, you're listening to the almighty Hot Zone, doing the intro to the Loud Spot podcast. You're goddamn right, we're doing intros for podcasts now. And if you don't like it, you can suck the entire circumference of my Wayne Tretzky with the squeals and the drops. P1E goes hard till it pops. Cannonball, don't trust a cop. Johnny Spotswood just don't know when to stop. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, cause this is the Loud Spot. Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosby, right out of Oklahoma City. I am very excited today to have a special kind of 3 guest co-hosts, the band School for the Deaf, which is an awesome name. We're going to talk about that on your guys' band interview podcast. What's going on, fellas?
What's happening? We're excited to be here. This is so cool. We're over here in, we're actually, 2 of us are in Austin, and we've got our engineer with us. He's over in Florida.
Yeah, he drives our train.
So tell me a little bit, we're going to get into this on the band interview, but School for the Deaf, you guys have some really good songs, and Scott, the first time Scott sent me some music, he sent me a file that was not a good file, and I was like, it's a good song. I was like, it's a good song, but the treble's kind of high and it needs a little bit of work. And like, I was going to play it anyways, you know, but then he was like, hold on. Like an hour or 2 later, he was like, I sent you the wrong thing. And then like a couple days after that, he sent me the right file of the song. And like, what a major difference it had. So good job for figuring that out for me.
Exactly. Like we, you know, when we're going through, we did our recording process in-house, you know, and so John's over in Florida, and we were having to send over all of our mixes. He would send them back to us and be like, hey, what do you think? Do you want to do some tweaks? So, you know, every song had umpteen revisions as we were sending them back and forth. And yeah, it's like, I must have just grabbed the wrong one and sent it over, you know.
I'd also like to add that I was sending it to some of my friends that I've known forever, like music industry-wise, that I'm like, hey, man, can you give me a review on this? So I sent it to one of the guys from The Sword, and then 2 Grammy-producing fucking, well, just producers, and they were like, dude, I'm like, whoa, that's not the right one.
Okay.
Like, this was pretty badass. That other thing was terrible. And I'm like, my bad, dude.
Delete.
We're terrible at this.
Yeah, we don't know how the internet works.
Listen, delete all old files from like this. Like, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Only have the masters. Because you can send your songs to like a big time dude who's gonna be like, yeah, fuck these guys. And then pay no more attention to it. So, because you might not know you sent the wrong one. So make sure you send.
Oh, I didn't. I was like, Scott doesn't seem like he's an idiot, but like, turns out, total idiot.
Total idiot. Yeah. Fuck that up.
We can all be a little bit idiots sometimes, I think. And Scott, man, he is always pressing me on Instagram. He's like, you gotta do Instagram. And I'm like, I'll do Instagram, but Instagram's hard for me. It's like, it's not as easy. He thinks Instagram's the world, and I'm like still on Facebook because I'm 38 and not hip with the times.
Yeah, so Instagram is the new, you know, I mean, as far as like, you know, for anyone trying to reach that, to outreach, right outside of your bubble of your town or your city, you know, you're instantly out to the world, you know, and so, especially for bands or for podcasts, Instagram is super important. You know, if you're dealing with Facebook, you're dealing with your connection of your friends and family, where Instagram, you're able to hit your you're able to tap in to just, you might get someone in the UK, or you might get someone, and especially for podcasts, I would imagine that's huge. You're not necessarily interested so much in the people in, you're out of Oklahoma, just the people in your general area, where you might get some of those metalheads who are, because they are, man, overseas, they are crazy. And
I know that. I know that because of Facebook, though. But you did tell me I need to get an Instagram, and what did I do? I got an Instagram, and I texted you, and I said I got one.
You can just link it to your other social, just shove it all in there. It's the same thing, right?
And then it's like, you need to get a Twitter. I'm like, fuck, dude. I don't want to have to get because then you got to keep up with every social media. I have a job, I can't do all that.
I love your dance moves on TikTok, but it's not enough.
Dude, I want to play not the Good Life, just Good Life, right?
Good Life.
You can play either one, but ours is the second.
Good Life. I think this song is awesome. This is the song that was sent to me first by Scott, and I have your other songs. We're going to play them on your guys' podcast. This song, it's so, like, it catches your attention, I think, almost immediately. So, I like it. Let's play Good Life. Right now, this song is from School for the Deaf, and if you want to find them, it's all one word. School for the Deaf, right? All one word.
Yep, and they can find us on Insta. Insta's probably the best, the best route to get, because we're going to be dumping a ton of stuff there. But yeah, definitely.
All right, here we go. Good Life.
Yeah, we want it. 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 Take a 6 foot down, buried in a bucket man. For pride, life is just a firefight. You think you got it right? The good life, strictly on the wild life. It's a 9 to 5. Heads for lumps, I'm blaming on the side. It'll pass you by. So hold tight, don't fight it, turn the white light. Yeah, we want it. 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 I want them to life. Give me the money. Yeah, we want it. 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 Take a 6 foot down, buried in a bucket man. Alright, life is just a fight. You think you got it right? The good life, right between the white lines. It's a clear decide. Champagne wishes and Cadillac rides. It'll pass you by. So hold tight, don't slide into the white light. Yeah, we want it all. Can't take it with you when you go. Living good ain't wrong. I want the good life, give me the money. We want it, yeah, we want it. I want the good life, I want the good life. We want it, yeah, we want it. I want the good life, I want the good life. We want it, yeah, we want it. I want the good life, I want the good life. We want it, yeah, we want it. I want the good life, give me the money.
Just when you think it's done, it gives you a little bit more, And I have some questions to ask about that song. I'm going to save it for you guys' interview because it is awesome. But I will ask about the girls that are singing in the background and who are they?
Sure. Yeah, I have a CrossFit gym here in Austin, Texas, and a bunch of our members, they've been supportive of me and Cody. Just we used to be in another band. Now we're in School for the Deaf, and it was real quick. Like, hey, we have this song and we need some girls, and they jumped at it. We've got some awesome like kind of behind the scenes footage of all these girls, and the cool thing is like these girls are all, they're workout chicks. They're beautiful.
Dude,
awesome.
So what I like to talk over him real quick. What I like is cheerleader vocals. They're always really rad. Like Faith No More did it with Be Aggressive, and to this day, I just think that's the coolest thing. So what we were looking at our songs, and we're like, we have a ton of friends who like do vocals and do this, and then he's got that gym, and then I got my wife, and I'm like, hey man, let's get some girls in here to do these cheerleader vocal style, like gang vocals, but girls, because gang vocals with dudes is just like punk rock badass vocals, but like gang vocals with chicks, like they're pitchy and like tight at the time. It's like, man, that's cheerleader vocals. That's so cool. And so of course they're grown humans, but it's like, dude, this is badass. So like that was our thing with that. We want to really capture that like energetic, like pick it up vibe,
Well, the song sounds good. The song sounds good. And what is the name of your CrossFit, I guess, gym?
Yeah, Voodoo CrossFit. I'm from New Orleans, and so, moved to Texas quite a ways back, and it was just kind of our stamp, the New Orleans stamp in Austin.
Did COVID kind of fuck up your gym for a little bit, like your CrossFit stuff?
Not really. The connection that, it's about community, and it's a little bit different than, working out at a normal gym. It's kind of like a team environment. A lot of guys are used to like playing sports. Maybe they played football, or maybe they played, whatever. And the team element, it's really that's what keeps it together. So when COVID happened, we just kept up with everyone on social media, and we kept a group going, and we'd be like, hey, did everybody work out in their living room today? Oh man, it sucked, and this and that, and keeping that community together. I think it really kept everyone sane. And so, and being that it's such a tight group, like we didn't have anybody fall off. We actually had members that were like, hey, we'll pay for someone's gym if they lose their job and stuff like that. So it was really good.
That's awesome. So I actually used to I was a part of a boot camp for like a year. And this was about a year ago, and I haven't been in a year, and I got fat again. I'm skinny, but like I'm skinny fat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like the normal like. I used to be,
What kind of boots were you camping with? Mostly Doc Martens, or were we cowboy boots?
So I think that me and Cody are gonna start a separate band called School for the Deaf, but it's gonna be like what do you call the band that does like songs from other bands? What do you call it? A tribute. We're gonna start a School for the Deaf tribute band, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna play all your songs, but we're not gonna make them public till like a day after you guys make your songs public.
It's like School for the Deaf, but they can hear.
Maybe we'll call it School for the Hearing.
I like School for the Deaf, but I think that works on all formats. I think the word "but" behind stuff.
School for the Deaf,
but School for the Deaf, but I don't know. Kind of like the same.
Look, here's what I want to do.
We're just covering it. Yeah, it's the same guy. It's fine.
There's a band called Jax Diaries that I absolutely love, and they are from Italy. Don't know that you've heard of them. So when you guys do music and you guys play music, do you pay attention to European bands as well as American bands?
I mean, right, Cody, like I just don't get exposed to it that much.
Yeah, my main issue is like we when we find stuff, it's always, man, this is really rad, and we'll jump in on that or jump in on this, or like my collectives around me are like never exposing me to like anything rad metal wise. So I'm still like stuck on old stuff, or if it's like Bring Me the Horizon's new album, like, oh, that's really rad, I'll check that out. But mostly the stuff I listen to, like we talked to you a while back and you showed me these guys and we're like, oh, this is badass. showed me some other guys where like I would have never heard of them because like I don't know what it is. I'm gonna blame algorithms because I feel like that's a good buzzword to blame things on.
It is. I agree.
So I just would say algorithms to seem smart, so that everyone thinks that I'm smart.
Dude, I do the same thing. This is why I want to start a band with you though, because I feel like our band would be like super epic because we'd probably get nothing done, but we'd have a good time doing it.
Yeah, it could be called malgorithms, and it would be like negative algorithms.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Look, Jackson from Jax Diaries, I'm friends with him on Facebook, and we talk. You know, here and there, the time difference is a little bit, you know, a little bit much sometimes. But I love their band. They're actually going to be on the podcast again. We plan on November 19th, but I think that we're going to wait a little bit longer from their management that I talked to. The song, I believe the song and music video drops on the 19th. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it does. But literally, these guys, I think they're up and coming. I think they have a really good commercial sound. They're from Italy, but they are just really, their production, their music videos, everything about this band is rock solid, and I think you guys are going to like their song.
Awesome.
So, let's play it right now. This is Jax Diaries. Jackson, dude, you're my fucking homie. You know that shit. We're playing your song right now, and then we're going to play a new song. But this is Come Down to Say Hi. I fucking love that band. I just gotta put that out there. Like, those guys are so fucking sick, dude. Okay, Cody, what were your questions you wanted to ask?
2 questions. So, how big are that dude's balls? Because he sounds tough. Secondly, the amount of lead pipes he eats during the day to sound that rad.
Dude, yeah. Dude,
I need numbers and weight.
go on Facebook and, like, go to Jax Diaries.
And ask him about his balls. I don't know if that's going to work.
He'd probably be fine with it, I think. He was in another band that was like a more of a metal band called Cry Excess. And they were really good also. So he has like the music, they do music videos for like all their songs. And Sam McIntosh manages the band. And I mean, he's doing great things for them. And I love to hear Jax Diaries. I love when they come out with new content. It's like one of those bands that really, every time they come out with something new, I actually want to listen to it.
That's big.
You know, if that makes sense. Look, if you guys knew how many bands I hear, I'm like, it's big to want to hear something new.
Yes,
I'm excited about.
In any genre, if those people speak to you and you're like, that's big, that's big. That doesn't mean you're a solo listener who's like, I want to hear more of this. That means that connects to humans in a different level, and plenty of them. So hopefully that speaks.
Yes, and School for the Deaf does that to me also, especially once I first heard Good Life. Like, it's like one of those things where that song to me was so catchy and good that I definitely, and I heard Black Dove, that song was awesome. And I'm literally a fan now of your music. It's one of those things to be a fan and not know somebody, but it's very different to be a fan and actually talk to the people in the band. And I've learned that doing the podcast. It's a little bit, it's different than being just a normal fan because you kind of get to know the band a little bit,
Well, I only joined this podcast because I heard blowjobs were involved.
Well. They might be when the podcast is over. Well, you might get herpes.
The guys in my band have not been doing that, so I don't get it. I was just, it's getting embarrassing, really. I keep asking, but I think they're going to kick me out soon.
Well, if you get herpes from me, then don't tell your wife. Don't tell your wife.
Yeah, man, I heard a little bit of it was pretty cool in that in those guys, and I heard them on the cast before. And I heard it's interesting. It's a little, especially coming from Italy. They're from Italy, right?
Oh, yeah. And you know what sucks is Italy's on complete lockdown right now because of COVID. Yeah. And so I'm hoping that's why we're kind of rescheduling the Jax Diaries date just to make sure he has good Wi-Fi and all that good stuff to be able to be on the podcast. Because we want to play their new song that's about to drop next week. And it's solid. It's a really good song. So, but we want to make sure that it's good. But yeah, Italy has a lockdown right now. But what did it?
There was kind of like a almost like a typo.
Typo negative. That's how not necessarily the music, but the vocals were
right. Like which that dude was like, he's a legend. And this guy I'm sure didn't even sure is probably not headed in that direction, but. Yeah, he probably is like, oh, whoa, typo, but, a typo almost like a Godsmack typo negative kind of thing. It sounded really cool though, super cool.
What's cool about Jax Diaries is, or Cry Excess. I don't know if it's Jax Diaries or Cry Excess. I should probably clear that up before I even say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. One of his bands, I think it was Cry Excess, toured with Papa Roach.
Right. So, yeah, that's what he said on the cast. Yeah,
and it might have been Jax Diaries, So I should probably have cleared that up, but this kind of came up in conversation. But yeah, so they've done a lot of tours, and he knows what it's like to make it big. He knows what it takes to make it big, and that is they literally check out their music videos. Look up Jax Diaries. Everyone look up Jax Diaries, Jax Diaries on YouTube. Just Google them. You'll see their music videos. He also has a recording studio in Italy where he records other bands and stuff like that. So he's going to be on soon. We're going to figure that out to drop his new song. Okay, another band that I really like is a band called Suicide for a King.
Oh, they're super sellable, if that's what you mean, like marketable.
Yeah, we're bad at labels because we're like, we'll hear something and they're like, it's metal hashtag bit, and I'm like, I don't know, I like it, or this one sounds like this and I like it, or sometimes I hear something and I'm like, man, that's super polished, and they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, it's not threatening, so I don't like it. It's like, what? I'm like, but this other one is polished, I do. I don't know, man. Like, I'm real bad at labels. It's like terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm horrible too. These guys are a little more, I guess, metalcore, if you will. Very polished band, also very marketable. Especially in like the metal. What do you call that? It's like nowadays you call metal. What would you call it? Not hardcore.
I don't know. What you're saying is you think they're hot, right?
I think they're very sexy people. Yes, that's what I would say.
So, Sebastian, what's the name of the song?
The name, Misconception.
So, dude, they actually just dropped a video for this like 12 hours ago.
Why do you know more? Why do you know more than I do?
They just dropped this video. It says, I looked them up on YouTube. It says 12 hours ago, and they already have one.
Scott, do you want to be invited back to this podcast?
Yeah. No.
I'm taking it over.
No.
Let me tell you something about Suicide for a King. These guys are hot. They just dropped this thing 12 hours ago. They have 1.3 thousand views.
Sorry.
See? Look.
Hold on. Sebastian, wait. Can we please... Hold on.
Be sure to tune in next week on the Scott Grayson.
Hey,
I love you guys.
Look, Scott, they might have new information, but anyways, penis size. Sebastian.
Look, it's kind of small, but look, listen.
Hey,
we're gonna
not yours, it's theirs, dude. Come on.
Oh, theirs is probably bigger than mine. We're gonna do the Loud Spot with Scott Grayson. That's the new name of the podcast. In fact, I'm just gonna do the podcast, play the intro song, and let him host the show, and I won't say a word, because that's what we should do.
Dude, I was mistaken. 1.6 thousand. Like,
Jeez.
Not 1.3, but 1.6 thousand in 12 hours. That's amazing. I'm not sure what's going on with these guys, but that's hot. That's like a sign of like a hot band.
I told you they're fucking good. I told you guys they were good. Yes, they are very good. Look, you know what's cool about that though, honestly, Scott? Is I would like someone like you on the podcast to do some of this stuff for me, like live while we're doing it, because I have to pay attention to the songs, the time, the video, and you just get to sit there and you can actually look things up while I'm talking. If I do that, I lose content and voice.
Right. No, it's like that guy on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's got the guy that's like looking stuff up, and he's like, yeah. No, that's cool.
You could be
that's a fact, Scott. It's a fact.
Scott could be my lookup guy. Cody could be my penis joke guy, and John could be the guy that says nothing but randomly says something every now and again.
And fixes the sound. It makes us all sound good.
And makes us all sound better. I think so too. Dude, I say we play Suicide for a King right now. You want to rock it?
Let's do it.
Let's rock it. Dude, there you go. And you know what's cool about Scott is he actually pulled up the music video before, like while the song was playing, so we can kind of watch the video while we're doing the podcast. So good job for that. Everyone needs to check them out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they're really good. I was able to actually, I don't know how I did it, but I was able to like pause it for a second and like kind of sync it up. So I had it pretty in sync with the song.
Yeah, I was listening to it in 3D though, so like Scott thinks he's real like badass and important, but like it wasn't as cool. I might be on mushrooms, but like it was pretty cool looking over here. If you were
Dude.
Oh man, they're great. You know, and that's a 5-piece band, man. That's you know, when you put a band together and stuff, you know, you're having to deal with everything from you know, creative angles and egos and just like all kinds of stuff. You know, we're a 3-piece, they're a 5-piece, man. That's a lot to juggle.
Yeah, I've always been in all my bands have mostly. I was in a 3-piece band once, but most of them have been at least a 4-piece band. And I think with 5 people, it probably gets a little complicated. Everyone's schedule is different, you know, especially as well. You guys know we're all a little bit older than 21, I would assume. And so when you're 21, 22, 23, you can kind of do that, and people don't have kids or wives or families mostly yet at that age. But as you get older, it's harder to get. Like I do music, but I wouldn't say I'm like in a steady band.
I feel personally attacked about being old, and I just want to let you know I will fight you for this, and hopefully you're not in shape or sober at the time because I don't want to really fight you.
Well,
that seems like I get punched, and that seems like
dude. I haven't been fighting so long because I'm like, I'm too old.
Not till we meet. It's not going to be a real fight. It's more of a sucker punch situation. Don't worry about it. Don't even think about it and forget about it right away until we meet.
What's it like, Scott? What's it like to be in a band with someone like Cody?
Man, I'll tell you, like, dude. So you know, when we do our podcast, we're gonna have Ricky on as well, and the guys, it's awesome, man. It's really cool because these guys are both clowns. I tend to be more of, I think, a little bit more of the
You're the analytical one. You're the one that thinks things.
Probably a little bit more kind of like, hey, we got to get shit done.
Yeah,
you know, but
anal is what.
Yeah, I like it. I'm more the anal, you know. So like,
analytical.
I like to get the stuff done. But secretly, you know, with everything else in life, I tend to be the ridiculous person. So I love it. Like, I'm like, you know, when everything's going too serious, like I just have to look over my shoulder and these 2 guys are back there fucking around, you know, and I'm like, all right,
they're
cool.
back there fucking.
Why was there
They're back there.
You guys are fucking.
Weird.
And I'm like,
They're back there. They're back.
things are getting too serious. I turn around and these guys are fucking. And I'm like, it's getting really weird.
I thought it was a snare drum, but it's my balls hitting it.
No, man, it's good though, dude. It's really good, man. Like, it's a great position to be in. So
Well, while you guys are fucking, Scott's over here making Instagram videos. Can you guys go fuck again real quick? I gotta get the lighting right.
I'm working on a tone, and we're like, dude, we're fucking, dude, calm down. Right now.
That is so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god.
yeah, but man, hey, think about this, right? They got 5 members in the band. That's not just 5 members, but it's 5 girlfriends, wives. You know,
creative inputs.
Maybe more than 5 girlfriends.
And that's crazy. Think about a band like Slipknot.
Maybe more than 5
Right.
girlfriends. They
You
do
know what I'm
have
saying?
they had really nice hair. They might have more than only 5 friends or wives.
Right. Yeah. That's a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Think about a band like Slipknot.
Think about
Could you
it.
imagine 8
Seriously.
members in the band?
you know what?
8, right?
and a
It's
lot-
8 or 9.
It's
8.
9, right?
9. Yeah. 9 members.
Yeah.
I think Corey Taylor's kind of doing his own thing recently without the band. But you know what's hard is like when you're in a band and you have the outside influences with you, especially with that many people. You know, a lot of people's wives, like if you're in a band takes a lot away from family. You know, and Cody, you know, you got kids, and I don't know if you do, Scott, or John per se, but when you're in a band, you have to dedicate time to the band. Like, you have to. And when you have the outside influences, I think it's harder to have more of a 5-piece band. I think that's why there's a lot of solo artists that do, like, a lot of older solo artists, because they can do it on their own time. They don't have to worry about somebody not making it to practice, somebody that can't do it because, kids got COVID or whatever, whatever.
Dude, straight up, we are a 3-piece band. We're bass that I run into a total, a splitter. It goes through kind of like a guitar setup, kind of a bass setup. And then we have a drummer and a singer. And it's strictly, we don't have another person in the band strictly for those reasons. Like, it's just more people to have in the mix, more things to kind of have to deal with. Like, that's the only, that's it. That's the only reason why, and so just having more people in there, it's more organization. It's more, just things going on.
More fucking.
Well, look,
one more person, and Scott's toning his bass and putting tone on it or whatever.
I'll tell you this: School for the Hearing is going to be a 2-piece band, and
I don't know why you're flirting with me so much, but I like it.
You like it? Yeah, I like it too. We're gonna be a 2-piece band, and we're just gonna rip off all your songs. In fact, I'm only gonna play I'm not even gonna play an instrument. I'm gonna be the hype man. And then we just need Cody to
just play 9 Inch Nails albums and karaoke them.
I think that's a good idea. I really think that's a good idea.
It seems less technical in general. Like,
you think bands get pissed when you start talking about penises before you play them? Before you play their songs?
That wouldn't last in this band.
What kind of bands are you talking about? Like, depends on if you're showing your penis to them, I think.
That could be illegal in a lot of states, so you gotta be careful with that.
But is it illegal on a Zoom call?
Mostly, yes.
Depends on who you're talking to, probably.
Yeah, it depends on if they're paying you and it's like OnlyFans or whatever, I guess.
I want to start an OnlyFans page.
Will you just show your penis to high school babies?
No, I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to be like...
What are you busting me? You're arrested all day.
Dude, I would totally start an OnlyFans page, but not really get naked, but just to be funny about it. I think that's pretty cool. I wanted to actually do one on a picture I took recently. I'm going to do it.
You mean you only want to be a strip club waitress, not strip?
Yeah, exactly. I want to be the waitress, not the one naked.
Seems like that's always how it starts.
And then next thing you know, I'm getting naked and my wife's divorcing me. Hey, I'm making money, babe. What do you want me to do?
Somebody from China is going to make you show a testicle for sure. For sure. Like, you're going to be like, that's a lot of cake, man. It's a whole Bitcoin. I got to take it.
I love it, dude. You're fucking awesome, dude. You can't tell people's personalities on pictures and stuff, but then as soon as you got on the podcast, I was like, oh yeah, dude, you're like my people. You're definitely someone I'd kick it with. Look, okay. Besides all those other bands, we got one last band, because we do play music on the podcast, although I could talk forever and ever and ever about nothing, which is why I started the podcast. There's a band called No Resolve. And they've been playing on Octane, and they're getting really big right now. And I reached out to their drummer, Rich, and I'm probably gonna screw up his last name. I hope I don't. Bedoe, Beddoe. I think that's how you say it. And I said, hey man, can I play your music from your band? And he was like, yeah, dude, you don't even need my permission. But I like to get permission anyways, just because I think it's like, how would you like if someone just played your music and you didn't know? Be kind of weird, right?
I mean, I probably like it.
You'd probably, yeah. Well, you are like you guys, might, and we're going to talk about when you guys started and all that stuff on the next podcast.
Unless they were playing their music while they were exposing their testicles in high school, and then it's what you're into, and it's kind of weird, but I like it. I mean, I'm into it. I like you as a person, so whatever your thing is, it's cool, man.
That's
Sebastian, what's the name of the song?
The name of the song.
Find the video real quick.
Oh yeah, you can find the video. Super cool, dude. It's about bullying and being an anti-bully, which is really cool. That's what stuck out to me about this song was that they have a song about that. I thought that was really neat. You know, I actually reached out to Rich earlier tonight about playing the song and then maybe getting them on a podcast interview. And he was like, yeah, dude. And that's super cool when people are, you know, reach back out and they're cool with that. This song's about anti-bullying. This song's called Never Back Down. Yeah, it's been on a month and they had like over 100,000, I think over 100,000 downloads on Spotify.
Shit,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's what happens when you're on Octane. You know, people fucking listen. People listen. I have a whole nother thing about how Octane works and getting your bands played. I know a lot about that I didn't know before. But let's listen to the song. I want to know what you guys think when the song is done. Here we go. This is Never Back Down by No Resolve. Awesome band, and I can't wait to play it right now.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fire. You can try to kill me, but I'll rise again. I'll never back down. I'll get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down. I'll get up when I'm feeling broken and beaten. Got a fire in my soul, the fear's taking hold. I'm taking control of my own life. Never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, undefeated. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I heard you thought I would run for cover, but now it's my turn to pull the trigger. I'll never back down. I'll get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down. I'll get up when I'm feeling broken and beaten. Got a fire in my soul, the fear's taking hold. I'm taking control of my own life. Never back down. I'll get up when I'm bleeding, undefeated. I'll never back down. Got a fire in my soul, fear's taking hold, but I'm taking control of my own life. Got a fire in my soul, the fear's taking hold, but I'm taking control of my own life. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm feeling broken and beaten. Got a fire in my soul, the fear's taking hold. I'm taking control of my own life. Never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, undefeated. I'll never back down.
What I really love about that song is they bring like a lot of metal hard riffs into it, but they still stay very marketable and commercial, you know. Rich knows what he's doing, man. He was the drummer for Finger 11, so it's, you know, when you're in bands like that and you've done a lot of touring and things, you kind of know what sounds good. And similar to you guys know what sounds good, what's going to sell. And I think all the bands tonight sounded really great.
I'll say this. All the bands tonight have more hair than me. I can tell from the recording.
Just by listening to it, you can tell they got more hair.
Yes, definitely. Well, on their head. I mean, I don't want to expose my genitals on this podcast because no one's filming, and it would just be me in my house doing that, and my wife gets real upset about me doing that.
Scott, did you get your video for Instagram?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Did you get your Instagram video?
He's playing Call of Duty.
Did you get your Instagram video? You wanted to shoot a little Instagram clip?
Oh no! Oh yeah, of just our stuff. Yeah, but I got our video of just us doing the podcast.
Hey Scott, I know you're busy, but you want to talk to the guy hosting the podcast?
So I was looking up No Remorse, and man, I got a chance to check out their merch and stuff. They've got some really cool marketing stuff. I like the way their stuff looks, like the branding that they're using. It's very to the point. It's very clean looking. I was trying to actually figure out who produced this album because I'll
say this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that mid to late Blind Side, when Rise Against went to Gigi Gar style, when it was slowed down punk rock, still heavy, but a lot of high notes. Of course, this is through a computer, so maybe I'm overstepping, but had that genre era where it was everything connected, where it was very, man, I could go fucking run to this, and I'm not the guy who's gonna go run because
You're not the running guy. Scott's the guy who runs.
Yeah,
John,
let's face it. I'm not gonna run. I'll stand and fight like a man. Scott, maybe not, but we'll figure it out.
John, before we end this podcast, you didn't really say a whole lot, and let's talk about what you do. What's your? I know you're not in the band. You're not in the band, right? But you do production.
So what happens is before these guys have a show, I go out and pimp them all out, get them out there, and they like that. They like that a lot. And it gets them 2 or 3 more people come out to the show or whatever, and that's my job. But actually...
Look at that mustache. You can tell that he's either a fish dealer or a penis dealer. One of the two.
Do you do production or what? What is it?
Right. So it's kind of a odd story the way that we went out. And the COVID thing kind of made this interesting too, because these guys were trying to get the music together, record some stuff, and find a way to do it. And Scott sent me some stuff, and I sent some stuff back to him. I messed with it a little bit. And he's like, hey, you want to try mixing some of our stuff? So we got files, sent them back and forth to try to learn how to do this because we really had no clue. And then eventually what happened is that we got them to go out and they bought my first recording set. And that's, iPhone in the corner of the room and send it to me. And then we'll try to make it happen. And then that built up to the point where it's okay, they went out, got some good recording stuff, sent it out, and then we mixed it, and now it's there. So I'm pretty much just mixing their stuff right now. And,
well, it sounds really good, and I can't wait for their... Well, I know for a fact Scott knows the date that we're doing it off the top of his head. I don't, because I don't have my calendar here. Scott, what date are we doing the band interview podcast?
And Scott, we pull up also some videos and other content for his other podcast as well.
I want to say we're scheduled on the 17th, but it's going to air at a later date.
Right?
We want to air it later because are we going to wait to release it till your songs are all available? Is that kind of what the deal is?
Yeah, we're working with kind of a management team right now, and they're having us get together so much stuff, and I think we were looking at a certain date, and when they gave us the laundry list of stuff we had to do, it was oh man, this is a bit more in depth. Which
right.
You're grateful for. We want it to be, we want to do it right. So
look, we're gonna air this one with Good Life, tonight. But I think it's really smart, and a lot of bands jump the gun and they want to do a podcast or a radio show, and they want to do it now, like right now. But if you can't even buy stuff yet, what's the point of promoting your music? Everyone's gonna forget about it.
You're funneling people somewhere they can't even connect with you at. So it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and so it's very smart. I think, I've been talking back and forth with Scott, and I think he's to have in the band is very smart at marketing, as far as I know, because I messaged him back and forth, and he was like, hey, we got to hold off, and then we're going to do the podcast, air it later. So that's like literally you want to wait until your songs are ready, like the day the album drops or even like shortly after it drops. That's when you really want to air the podcast, because we're going to draw attention. I don't have like 50,000 fans or nothing, but it's another outlet at least for you guys to be able to maybe get some people to download your music.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You guys are still like in the baby phase, I think, of what you guys are going to become. And the music is solid. And I think you guys are going to make it, pretty big and do a lot of tours. That's my honest opinion of School for the Deaf. So.
That's awesome.
We hope so, man. Thanks.
I'd also like to mention, we'll send John stuff to mix, and then like something will come back with like a dope ass solo, or what I refer to as robot bubbles, which are just like crazy sounds. And I know that he's strategically planning himself in the band, and I'm like, this is badass. So like at some point, if we go tour, we're gonna be like, hey, we gotta have a dude that can do robot bubbles and guitar solos.
Hey, I'll tell you
hey,
what.
Man, I can pop out for a month and do this cool shit. And we'll be like, we'll gladly pay you because we don't know what the fuck it is.
Dude, real quick.
Yeah, what's up, Scott?
Hey, yeah, man. So sorry. I've been digging in on like No Resolves. Man, if you go to their website, first off, their website is really super pro. Like, look at this. They have, like, if you go there, like, they have animation, like, they have, like, video going on throughout the website, like, just, which is crazy. It's not, like, still shots, but their marketing stuff is so cool, man. Like, look at their, like, just, like, see how their stuff is so clean looking? Like, you don't see that from a lot of bands, A lot of bands, a lot of times you'll go to the merch base with all intentions of buying like a shirt or a hat or something, and there's so much like bullshit going on. And you just want something clean and cool looking. Like, this is some great marketing on your merchandise.
I think that you guys are going to get there. I can tell without talking too much about your band, because we're doing the interview podcast, I can tell that you guys are on your way to doing stuff. You guys know what it takes to make it big, and that's exciting for me. And you guys' sound is good, and like I don't know. You guys, know what it takes to make it big. You guys know what it takes to make it big. Especially in, you're not 21, 22, 23 years old anymore. So you bring the professionalism out instead of just the party hard, be a rock star kind of person.
Hey, are you smoking in your house and telling us that we don't know that we're not being rock stars? Because that's rock stars that you're smoking in your house.
Hey, you guys don't know how to party. We're like, fuck.
You just told my wife on me. Thanks.
I'm actually gonna email her and tell her that you're smoking in the house. You're gonna get evicted.
I think she kind of knows. I think she kind of knows that's what I'm doing. But
I bet she kind of knows. Yeah.
when do you guys plan on dropping the album before I end this podcast? And then we'll talk more during the band stuff. When do you guys think? Are you guys gonna release singles or release albums or like EPs?
Take this.
Sure. So, I think that we try to approach this a little bit differently, and it's been interesting to kind of tell people how we're kind of trying to hit it. But it's like, we kind of want to think about, like, we kind of want to act like the album model is completely dead. And there's a lot of people that will kind of disagree with it. And we're like, that's cool.
Interrupt. It's completely dead for artists entering into kind of like genres or like new artists. Like, it's not dead because you could still release an album and be successful, but it's
sure. And so I think there's a lot of merit to
there you go.
I think there's a lot of merit to saying that there's still somewhat of a thing for an album, but we're gonna act like the album's dead, and we're gonna try and come up with like we're gonna try and reinvent the wheel. I don't know if this is gonna be successful. This is like an experiment, but we're gonna kind of sort of approach it as if like, our marketing and stuff is going to be a bit more where it's like, this is like the era that we're in. And for whatever reason, like when we came up with this, like this instrument design that kind of takes on the noise of our sound. It reminded us of like right off the bat, it was like, man, this kind of sounds like a bee, like kind of just like a swarm of bees. And so everything kind of hovered around like, okay, this is kind of like the bee era. And so what we hope is like, when we go to write music again, because dude, the writing process was like, you know, it was just involved. We locked ourselves away for like a year.
Why don't we elaborate more on the podcast that we do together?
Sure.
So we
Drop
can.
Just tell them about releasing. It's gonna be singles.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna release this as like singles and not try and like really hover around an album type thing.
Okay.
But it's all gonna be around a central like statement. So it'll be like that era of the band, you know.
Why don't I'm very much looking forward to our podcast interview that we do together. And I think it's going to be very fun. It's going to be exciting. I think Cody brings a lot of entertainment, where I think Scott brings a lot of the structure of
He's the
doing
looking one.
things.
We get it.
You know what? He
I
is.
feel like that in John's picture right now, he looks like he's in a sauna or a
Dude.
porno. What's going on, bro?
John's in the blue room. Look at that.
He obviously has no shirt on and his wings out. For sure.
100% for sure.
Like, I'm just going to clarify this for everybody watching.
The lighting makes it look
Definitely at least
bigger
one
in case it shows up in the video. So it's got to be that way. Sorry.
We're gonna end this podcast right now. Look, if I'm actually gonna ask that question later. We're gonna end this podcast right now. I don't want you guys to go anywhere. To stay on the Zoom call with me. I want to thank all the subscribers to the Loud Spot with Sebastian podcast. We're having a lot of fun. We've grown this. I've only been doing this 3 months, almost 3 months. It'll be 3 months in tomorrow, and we have over 2,000 subscribers, and we keep on growing and growing and growing. And so it's awesome. Thanks to all the bands sending me the music. Thank you to you guys for being on the podcast and then coming on again here in a few days. Very much looking forward to it. And thanks for all the bands that let me play them tonight. So, peace out, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Loud Spot.
There you go, baby.
Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sports book in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to BetfredSports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.